Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Following the several requests I received from SSCE students, especially those preparing for JAMB, that is UTME, that I should solve some of the past questions. So I've taken into account some of these suggestions and I'm going to start another series where I will be solving and explaining some of the past questions. So JAMB mathematics is not difficult. In fact, you can score 100%. So if you, can read very well and you can listen to some of what I'm going to explain and some of the hints I'm going to give to you. Also, what you have to note that some of these questions repeat itself yearly. So they have some of the common questions that is when you know a question in a particular year, there is high tendency that you are going to see similar question in the subsequent year. So if you are willing to pass JAMB mathematics for this year 2002 and you want to score 100%, then I encourage you to sit down, take your pen and watch my videos. If you've not subscribed to my channel before, please kindly do so now so that you can see any of my videos, any of my subsequent videos. I've made several videos on different aspects of mathematics. So I have a series that is ongoing, so which is SSCE Mathematics from Zero to Guru. That is when you want to understand mathematics from the scratch. So I have tried and broken down the topics. So and I hope you are going to benefit from that. So I have calculus in 5 minutes and many other mathematics topics I explained. So I have those in English and I have others in Yoruba. So because of the time, okay, let us start. The first question here. So this is the first question. The first question asks us to solve the following equation. So I have 2 minus x. I have 2 divided by 2r minus 1 minus 5 over 3 is equal to what? So 1 plus r divided by 2. So since this is an equation and we have our unknown here to be r, so it means we are expected to find the value of r from this equation. I hope you understand now. So, and anytime you have your equation in terms of fraction, so first thing that has to come to your mind is what? Is to get rid of the denominator. I hope you understand now. So in essence, once you are able to get rid of the denominator, then you can solve, the subsequent simplification without any problem. I hope you understand now. And if you check this equation very well, you will see that my denominators are 2r minus 1, 3r plus 2. I hope you understand now. So how do I now get rid of this denominator? To get rid of the denominator, it means you can multiply through by the LCM of the denominator. I hope you understand now. Just say multiply through by LCM of denominator. And what are the LCMs of denominator? So if you don't want to stretch yourself, I think there are 2r minus 1, then 3 is there as well, r plus 2. So then you are now going to take this, you use it to multiply each of these expression. Then I'm going to have what? 3, 2r minus 1, r plus 2 multiplied by 2r minus 1. Then minus 3, 2r minus 1, r plus 2 multiplied by what? 5 over 3. Then is equal to, 3, 2r minus 1, r plus 2 multiplied by what? 1 over r plus 2. So if we check it very well, you will see that this guy will cancel this guy. So this guy will cancel this guy. So this will cancel this. And what you have left, if you check it very well, you will see I'm going to have that. So 3 times 2 here is 6. Then this is 6 into r plus 2. So then minus into what? 2r minus 1, r plus 2. Then you have 5 here. You can put your 5, which is the constant here. Then what do I have left here? That's 3 into 2r minus 1. I hope you understand. If that is cleared, you can just open the bracket. This will give me 6r plus 12 minus 5 into, if you expand, 2r times r will give me 2r squared plus 4r minus r minus 2 is equal to 6r minus 3. I hope you understand what I did. So you can continue like this. This will give me 6r plus 12 minus 10r squared minus 20r. Or if I don't want to stress yourself, this 4r minus r will give me what? So that will give me 3r. So let me just do it like that. That will now give me minus 15r. I hope you understand. Then plus 10. I hope you understand how it is plus. Minus times minus will give me plus 6r minus 3. Okay, now you can bring this guy inside. And even before doing that, you will see that this guy, we cancel this because when it comes inside, it's going to give me what? 6r minus 6r. I hope you understand. And so this will now give me 12 minus 10r squared minus 15r plus 10 plus 3 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So if you collect the like times again, this will give me minus 10r squared, the terms in r squared, then minus 15r. So 12 plus 10 will give me 22. 22 plus 3 is what? 22 plus 3 is 25. Then you have plus 25 is equal to 0. If I were you, since I have negative as my first term, I can divide through by what? Minus 1. And even if you check it very well, you will see that they have 5 as the what? As the common factor. You can still divide through by negative 5. So that you can get rid of this. Excuse me, sir. What if I don't divide it? Can't I simplify it that way? You can simplify it, but it's advisable you do it this way. So if you now divide, so that is you have to reduce it. Divide through, let us divide through by minus 5, negative 5. So minus 10 divided by minus 5, that will give me 2r squared minus 3r plus 5 is equal to 0. So plus 5 is equal to 0. So you will see that it has resolved to what we call what? So what we call a quadratic equation. And don't forget, how do you solve a quadratic equation? You can simply solve this by any of your method, but your factorization method is what is very cheap to use here. So how do you use your factorization method? You write the coefficient of the r square, that is a, the coefficient of r, that is minus 3, and the coefficient of constant, which is 5. You are now going to marry this guy together, that is AC. So what is A multiplied by C? 2 times 5 will give me 10. Then you now think of two numbers which are factors of 10, such that when you multiply these two numbers together, you are going to have 10, and when you add them together, you are going to have negative 3. These are the factors of 10. We have 1, 2, 5, and 10. And there is even one principle that states that when you have, the factors of a number, you can have two pairs of such factors, such that when you multiply the two pairs together, you are going to have that number. For example, 1 and 10 is a pair, 2 and 5 is also a pair. Sorry, you can put plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus. I hope you understand now. Okay, now let us check this pair. This pair cannot work because 1 times 10 or minus times 10 cannot give me, can give me 10, but cannot give me negative 3. Okay, what of 2, 5? 2 times 5 can give me. So then I can use what? Minus 5 plus 2. So minus 5 times, yeah, that is an error. I think we've made a mistake. So we've made a mistake. Yeah, sorry. I think we made a mistake when dividing through by negative 5. The moment you divide this by negative 5, it is negative before. This is going to be positive. This is positive before is going to be negative. Yeah, I'm sorry. And this will now be 3. this is -5, and AC is -10, and this is 3. That is, what are you going to multiply together? That is going to give you -10, and when you are going to multiply to give you -10, and when you had to give you 3. I think they are what? -2 and 5. So because -2 times 5 will give me what? So -10, and -2 plus 5 will give me 3. So that's now what you are going to use to what? To substitute the positive 3. Then you are now going to have 2r square. You put r here. -2r plus 5r minus 5 is equal to 0. Then you now try and group them. I hope you understand. If you group them now, you will see that 2r is common here. If you factor 2r here, this one will remain r minus 1. Then plus 5 is common here. What do you have left? R minus, what do you have left here? 1. Some might be confused. What we are doing is just divide this by 2r. Since you place 2r out, we have 2r squared. Let me write it clearly because of some of you who don't know how to do that before. Consider 2r is common. Take 2r out, then divide by 2r. 2r will cancel 2r. This one will remain r. So this guy cancel this one remain r. So likewise, this now take 5 out and divide each of them by 5. So that's what we did. I hope you understand now. So you can see that I still have r minus 1 as the common factor in this equation too. So if you factor it out as well, then I have r minus 1. What do you have left here? That is, you divide each by r minus 1. If you divide this by r minus 1, you have 2r. If you still divide this by r, you have plus 5 is equal to 0. So, and when the product of two expressions is 0, it means either one of the expression is 0. So that is either r minus 1 is equal to 0 or 2r plus 5 is equal to 0. It's just like two of you are in the room, and you notice that someone has defecated. So it means it is either you or your friend. So then your r is equal to 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, or r is equal to 2r plus 5 is equal to 0, which implies 2r is equal to minus 5, and r is equal to minus 5 over 2. So r is equal to 1, or r is equal to minus 5 over 2. Let us check the option. So r is 1 minus 5 over 2. Yeah, I think B is your answer. Can you see it is very simple? So if you have similar question, that's how you are going to do it. It is not difficult to do at all. Okay, now let me give you another example, one more example. Okay, let me just paste it here. So this example is on combination. This second question, this is the second question from the list. You are going to answer 40 questions. So let me just place it here. So the question says, in how many ways can two students be selected from a group of 5 students in a debating competition? You can see when you are selecting, that is an application of combination. I hope you understand. And don't forget, for combination, the number of ways you can select R quantity. You understand now? The number of ways you can select R quantities or R numbers from N is by this formula. That is what? N combination R. I hope you understand now. And when we say N combination R is what? N factorial divided by N minus R factorial, R factorial. I hope you understand now. So when we say factorial, that is when you say 2 factorial, 2 factorial is, that is, you start from that number and you continue to multiply it by the preceding number until you have 1. That is 2 times 1. So 5 factorial is what? 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, what if I have 10 factorial? That will be what? 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 up to 1. I hope you understand now. So if you understand this formula, then the question asks us to find what? How many ways can 2 students be selected from a group of 5? So it means this is going to give me what? 5 combination 2. And by the definition of combination, don't forget, n combination r will be n factorial divided by n minus r factorial r factorial. It means this guy is going to give me what? 5 factorial, 5 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Okay, this one will now give me what? 5 factorial divided by h. 5 minus 2 is 3 factorial, 2 factorial. If you split it, if I were you, I can say 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. Because I can stop here, it should be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. But I know that 3 times 2 times 1 is 3 factorial. The essence is that you can use this 3 factorial to cancel the 3 factorial you have in denominator. Since you are doing JAMB and you have limited time, so you have to ensure, you think of shortcut you can use to get the answer without stressing yourself. I hope you understand now. Then if you like, you can split them, so you are still going to arrive at the same answer. Then you will see that this guy will cancel this. So then I have 5 times 4, 20 divided by 2 factorial, that is 2 times 1, which is 2. So 2 here 1, 2 here 10. So your answer is what? Is 10. I think it's there. 10 ways. Can you see it is not difficult? So within 2 minutes, within less than 40 seconds, you can solve it. So it's not difficult to do. Okay, the third one, let me just have it here as well. So I think the third one is on differentiation. Let me copy it out for you. So we can apply one of the application of derivative. I have video on derivative. If not watch it, please refer to my videos on calculus in 5 minutes. I explained this. So the question says, what is the rate of change? When we say rate of change means derivative, derived coefficient, differentiation. I hope you understand now. So you can call it that name. So of the volume of an hemisphere, I hope you understand now, with respect to its radius r. What is the volume of an hemisphere if you don't forget? Remember, volume of an hemisphere is what? 2 divided by 3 pi r cube. I hope you understand. Check it very well. I think that is it. So I think that of sphere is 4 over 3, right? So check it out. So but this is an hemisphere. So with respect to the radius, is this. You use this formula. And now what is the rate of change of volume with respect to r? You understand now? You can have the rate of change of velocity with respect to time, that is speed. So this one, what they are trying to say here is to what? Is to find differentiate v with respect to r. That is the v, the r. And don't forget, how are you going to differentiate? In essence, when you have your y is equal to s raised power n, then your derivative of y with respect to s, which is the y there, is just take this index, multiply it by your x, that's nx, then subtract 1 from n. I hope you understand that. So in that sense, when I have y is equal to 5s cube, then my dy dx will be what? 3 times 5, 15, x, 3 minus 1, that is 15x squared. I hope you understand that. So it means this guy will also give me what? 3 times 2 over 3, that's 2 over 3 times 3 times by r, then you subtract 1 from this guy, that will give me 2. Oh, I hope you understand now. So you see that this guy cancel this. What do you have left? 2 pi r square. It means your dv dr is 2 pi r square. But you must not stop there. The question now says when r is equal to 2. So since my dv dr is equal to 2 pi r squared, I hope you understand now. So then when your radius is equal to 2, that is the rate of change of volume with respect to r when r is equal to 2 now be what? 2 pi. Then whenever you see r will now substitute the value of 2, that is 2 squared. Then I have 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 2 squared is 4. That will give me 8 pi unit cube. So that is 8 pi. So and it is a. You can see it is not difficult to do. Okay, now the next one. The next one. So let me just copy it here. It's also non-derivative. So the question says, asks us to find the what? It's one of the application of derivative, because in your JAMB, you'll be asked to, apply derivative. So please, if you've not watched my videos on calculus in 5 minutes, you might refer to it if you want to understand what it means very well. So determine the maximum value of, we have y is equal to 3x squared plus 5x minus 3. You know, one of the application of differentiation is you can use it to find the stationary point. You can use it to find the stationary point. What is stationary point? That is when you find the derivative or your turning point, yeah, the stationary point. Your stationary point can either be what? The maximum point, it can be minimum point, as well as what? Point of inflection. I will explain. So if you want to obtain this, you have to find your dy/ds equals to 0. That's your at turning point. And perhaps you can solve the corresponding value of x here. When you now find your d square y dx squared, you know d square y dx squared is the second order derivative. That is the function you've differentiated before, you differentiate it again. I hope you understand now. So it means that when you now have your d square y dx squared and you now have the value to be greater than 0, then we have what? Maximum point. I hope you understand. So, but if it is less than 0, we have what? Minimum point, because you might be asked to find minimum point in another question. But if it is equal to 0, if the y dx square is equal to 0, you have point of h, point of inflection. I hope you understand now. So, okay, now let us now go back to our question again. The question says determine the maximum value of y is equal to 3s squared. Y is 3s squared plus 5s minus 3. Is that so? Yeah. Okay. So, although we have to find the maximum value, but before that, you see at turning point, what happens at turning point? You have that your dy dx equals to 0. So then my dy dx, you differentiate like I've explained the other time. 2 times 3 is 6, x, 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Then plus derivative of this will give me 5. In general, derivative of as is a, where a is a constant. And derivative of a constant is 0. I hope you understand now. So that gives me 6s plus h, 6s plus 5. So if that is now cleared, then you can now determine whether it is a minimum, although we don't need to do this because they already told us to find the what? To find the maximum value. It means it will give me maximum point. But let us show that the s square, the y square, the s square will give me what? If you differentiate this guy again, you know it will give me 6. Don't forget, I told you have a constant and next derivative of it will give you that constant. Please refer to my video on standard derivative. I explain it there on calculus in 5 minutes. So it means 6 is greater than 0. It means this is what? Maximum point. But we are now to find the what? The maximum value. How do you now find the maximum value? Then you now go to your turning point. You know I said at turning point your dy dx is equal to 0. If you equate this guy to be 0, it means I have 6s plus 5 is equal to 0, which implies that 6s is equal to minus 5, and your s will now be minus 5 over 6. And what is maximum value saying now is the value of x here, it can be more than 1. Oh. You understand that? So the value of x now, just substitute it into the value you were given, to the value of your y, and that will now give you your what? Your maximum value. Then don't forget our y is 3s squared plus 5s minus 6. Is that? Minus 3, sorry. So then whenever I see x now, I put minus 5 over 6. Then my y will now be 3 into minus 5 over 6 squared plus 5 into minus 5 over 6 plus 3. So then my y will now be what? 3 into minus 5 divided by 36 minus 25 over 6. Sorry. So minus 25 over 6 plus 3. Then my y will now be what? Minus 15 over 36 minus 25 over 6 plus 3 over 1. So if you find your LCM will be 36. This minus 15. Then minus 6 in 36 will give me what? 6. So what is 25 times 6? So 25 times 6 will give me, that is 150, right? 1 in 36, that is 36. 36 times 3, that is 108. So 36 times 3 is 108. So if you subtract this guy, 108 minus 150, that is minus 42, minus 15, that is minus 57. The y will now be minus 57 over 36. Let's check from the option. Let's check from the option. Yeah, you can see the option is not there. So this will now be your answer. The option is not there. The option, no option correct, no correct option. Okay, question 5. I hope you are following. Question 5. This is very simple. Even a primary 2 students can do it. So you have a question in terms of, you are given a trapezium. I hope you don't forget what trapezium means. So, you have to understand this formula. I don't know, before they used to give us four-figure table. I don't know if they give you four-figure table now. If they give you four-figure table, you can just get the answer. So, a trapezium has two parallel sides of length 5 centimeter and 9 centimeter. The area is 91 centimeter square. Find the distance between the parallel sides. Recall that your area, of trapezium, that is what? If you don't forget, half into what? The sum of the parallel sides. This is your trapezium. You have something of this nature. I hope you understand now. And this is your A, this is your B. So, H. So now, the size of my length is 5 and 9. That is, my A is 5 and B is 9. And I was given my A to be 91. So the question asked me to find H. It is not difficult. Just substitute the value like that and simplify it further. Then my area will now be half into 5 plus 9 times what? H. Now my A is 91. Then I have 91 is equal to, okay, half multiplied by 14. This will give me 14 H. So then you have 2 here 1, 2 here 7. So then you have 91 is equal to 7H, which implies that my H will now be 91 over 7. 7 in 9, that is 1 remainder 2, that is 13 centimeter. So you can see it is very simple, it's not difficult. It's not difficult to do. Okay, let's continue. The sixth question, number 6. Number 6. Let me just take it here as well because of the time. Okay, yeah. So the sixth question asks us to find the value of P. We have to find the value of P if the line, let me copy it. So we have to find the value of P if the line which passes through, that is, it means we have 2 points. Maybe this is my point A and this is my point B. So if this line that passes through -1 minus P minus 2, 2 is parallel to the what? To the line 2y parallel to 2y plus 8x minus 17 is equal to 0. I hope you understand now. And don't forget, when you have two lines are said to be parallel. If two lines are parallel, what does that imply? It implies that their slope is equal to the same. That is, the slope of one is equal to slope of two. What if they are perpendicular? So two slopes are said to be perpendicular, then M1, the product of M1 and M2 is equal to -1. I don't need to prove this in this video. And now it means if I confine the slope of this guy, and I know the slope of this guy, I can easily equate them. And don't forget your equation of line, the general equation of your line is what? Y is equal to ms plus c. Yeah, your m is what? The slope, and c is the intercept. Then it means I can do what? I can just try to what? Find the intercept, rewrite this as an equation of the line and find my slope. Then I find the slope of this guy too. Then I equate them together. I hope you understand now. Okay. Let me find the slope of this one. I have 2y plus 8x minus 17 is equal to 0. Then I can rewrite this guy, that is 2y plus 8x equal to 17. Recall that we have to have it in this form. Okay, now, if I make y the subject of the formula, this will be y plus, do you know what I do? 4x is equal to 17 over 2. That is, I multiply through by, I divide through by 2. So, from here now, I can rewrite this guy. Y will now be what? Take this out. That is 4x minus 4x, sorry, plus 17 over 2. So from here, I can conclude adequately that my slope is what? You know, the slope here will be coefficient of x. So that is my slope. So like here, you can see that my slope here is here. I've rewritten this guy in the form of y is equal to what? Mx plus c. So now I know the slope of this guy. Then I can find the slope of this 2. Minus 1 minus p minus 2, 2. Minus 1 minus p minus 2, 2. You have 2 points, s1, y1, x2, y2. And how do you find the slope of that? Recall that the slope is what? y2 minus y1, s2 minus x1. I hope you understand now. So, and your y2 here is 2 minus into what? Minus p. Then divided by your S2 is what? Minus 2 minus into minus 1. And I don't need to stress myself. I know that my slope from what I have before, since the slope of the two lines will be the same since they are parallel, will be minus 4. Then this will now be minus 4 is equal to what? 2 plus p minus 2 plus 1. I hope you understand. And then minus 4 will now be 2 plus p minus 2 plus 1 will give me minus 1. So which implies that 4 equals to 2 plus p, and your p will now be 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. Your p is equal to 2. Yeah, which is D. Option D is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. You can see that is not difficult to do as well. Okay, what of this next question? Can we solve that? So I think the next question is on ratio. JAMB UTME question is not difficult to do. You can see you can have 100 like this. So, if you are doing it, I mean, yourself, you can simplify this within 20 seconds. Yeah, it is possible. Okay, now look at this question. Let me just enlarge it. So, the ratio of the length of two similar rectangular blocks is 2:3. You have two similar rectangular blocks, 2:3. Their ratio is 2:3. If the volume of the larger block is what? 351, it means the larger block will be this guy. Then the volume of the other block is this. So this is just ratio. You find their common ratio. What is their common ratio? Their common ratio will be H 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. It means since I know the volume of the larger one, I hope you understand now. Before, if we don't know the volume of all of them, the volume of these two, what we are going to do is to say 3 divided by 5, which is the ratio of the larger. If you want to know the ratio of the larger, that is 3 divided by 5 times the total volume. I hope you understand now. So then is equal to what? The larger has what? 351x. So if you want to find that of smaller, what you are going to do is going to be, what is the ratio of the smaller? 2 divided by their common ratio multiplied by the total volume. I hope you understand that. So since you can know the value of s now, then you can actually get the rest. Okay, let us simplify for that. This will give me 3s over 5 is equal to 351. I hope you understand now. Then my 3s will now be 351 times 5. Okay, so 3s will now be 351 times 5. Sorry, what is 351 times 5? 3, or I can just say 351 times 5 divided by 3. Yeah, so 3 here, 1, 3 in 33, 11, right? Remainder 3. I think it can't go. Let me just simplify it. So what is 351 times 5? That is 1755 divided by 3. Oh, I think it can go. So that is 585. Because 351 divided by 3, 117. I think I made a mistake there. Because this is 11, remainder 2. So in 21, that will be 7. Then your S will now be what? 585. That is the total what? So the total, eh? The total volume. If you don't want to stress yourself, you want to find the other volume, you can do it in two ways. The first way is to just subtract the first volume from this. So then other will now be what? 585 minus 351. And this will give me 432. That is 234. Or if you don't want to, if you want to simplify it, so order, that is the smaller, that will be 2 over 5 times 585. You consider 5 here, 1, 5 in 8, 1 remainder 3, 117. So what is 117 times 2? 4 remainder 3, 5, 3, no, this will be 3, and this is 2, 234. Let's check if the answer is there. Yeah, that is 234 centimeter square. 234 centimeters square. You can see it is not difficult to do. So another question is on derivatives. Another question is on derivatives. Okay. The next one, the question says find the derivative of the functions y is equal to what? 2x squared, 2x minus 1 at the point s minus 1. That is, after finding the derivative, just substitute the value of s to be minus 1. So that is not difficult to do as well. You can do this in two ways. You can, if you don't want to stress yourself, just multiply it through. You multiply out by 2s squared, or you can use your product rule. Okay, your y will be what? If I multiply out, this will give me 4s raised by 3 minus 2s squared. Then from there, you can find your dy dx. Don't forget what I said, just multiply this guy by this guy, 12s, then you subtract 1 from here, that is 2, minus 2 times 2, 4x. I hope you understand now. So then, or if you don't want to stress yourself, you can use your product rule. What is product rule? That is, you differentiate the first one, you leave the second as it is. If you differentiate the first one, that will give me 4x. Leaving the second as it is, 2s minus 1. Then plus differentiating the second, that is 2. Leaving the first as it is, 2s squared. Then if you open the bracket, you have 8x squared minus 4x plus 4x squared. Can you see? If you add this guy together, you have 12x squared minus 4x. You have your result. But the answer asks us to find, the question asks us to find the derivative at x equals what? S minus 1. That is, wherever I see s now, I put minus 1. That will now be 12 into minus 1 squared minus 4 into minus 1. So minus 1 squared is 1. 12 times 1 plus 4. That is equal to 16. So that is equal to 16. So, and your result here is B. And your result is B. Can you see it is not difficult to do? Okay, question 9. Question 9. That is also not difficult to do. So I think it's on significant figure. When we say significant figure, don't forget significant figure are not what? First non-zero figure. So the first non-zero figure. The question says we are to correct, the question asks us to correct 241.34 3 times 10 raised power minus 3 square to 4 significant figure. That is the first non-zero figure. If I were you, I don't need to stress myself. You can apply the laws of indices for this. That will give me 241.34. And don't forget, when you have AB squared, it's the same thing as what? A square, B square. So then you can give this guy, this will be 3 square, which is 9 times 10 raised power minus 3 times 2, that is minus 6. I hope you understand now. So if I were you, I can take this one to standard form. That is 2.413 multiplied by 10 raised power 2. You take away the first one, you count the number of digits after it before the decimal, that is 2. Then multiply by 9, 10 raised power minus 6. You collect the like times, 2.413 times 9 times 10, 2 times 10 raised power minus 6. So what is 2.413 times 9? 2.413 times 9. I don't know if they still give JAMB calculator. So, but if they don't give, it is something you can actually do with your hand too. So, this will give me what? 21.717 multiplied by, okay, if you apply law of indices here, that's going to be 10, 2 minus 6. So, then I'm going to have 21.717 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 4. Then you can rewrite this in standard form. That will give me 2.1717 times 10 raised power 1, right? Then times 10 raised power minus 4. So this one will now give me what? 2.1717 times 10 raised power minus 3, because if you apply law of indices, this is going to give me minus 1, plus 1 minus 4. So that's how I have minus 3. So 2.1717 times 10 raised power minus 3. And if you split it, raised power minus 3 means you are going to have first 3 zeros, then you have 21717. And we have to leave our answer in 4 significant figure. So that's going to give me 0.00217. The four significant figure means the first 4 non-zero numbers. It means you start counting it from here. This is the first one, second one, third, fourth. It means you have to stop here. But before you can stop, you have to check the number after the number, immediately after it, whether it's going to be rounded up or down. 7 be rounded up to 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2. You have 2172. Let's check the answer. Yeah. Can you see? That is not difficult at all. It is not difficult to do. Okay, now the next one. So I think this one is on statistics, mean deviation. It is not difficult to do as well. How do you find mean deviation? So you have to find the mean deviation of 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't forget the formula for mean deviation. Recall that the formula is what? Mean deviation. That is, if you want to know how it deviates from the mean, that is the summation, sum of the absolute value of s minus s bar, where your s bar is the mean divided by n. So where s bar is equal to mean. I hope you understand. So if I were you, I will find the mean first. And don't forget the absolute value. When we say the absolute value of a number, let's say it can be x, then it can be minus s. Absolute value of s is s if your s is greater or equal to 0, and it is minus s is what? If s is less than 0. So in essence, absolute value of 5 is the same thing as what? 5. And absolute value of minus 5 is also the same thing as what? 5. I hope you understand now. So, okay, now let us find our s bar first, that is the mean. Don't forget mean is what? Summation s divided by n. And what are your s? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 of them. So And if you simplify further, what am I going to have? 1 plus 2, that is 3, plus 3, 6 plus 4, that is 10. So then I have 10 divided by 4. I have 10 divided by 4. And 10 divided by 4 is 2 over 5. 5 over 2. And 5 over 2 is 2.5. And by the formula, mean deviation is what? Summation of the absolute value of x minus x bar divided by n. That is how they deviate from the mean. So then you now be doing it one by one. 1 minus 2.5, that is minus 1.5. But since it's the absolute value, or if you don't want to stress yourself, you can draw a table like this: x minus x bar, absolute value of x minus x bar. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And I know my S bar is 2.5. So 1 minus 2.5, that is 1 minus 1.5. 2 minus 2.5 minus 0.5. 3 minus 2.5 is what? 0.5. 4 minus 2.5, I think it is 1.5. Then you take the absolute value, the negative one will turn to positive. Then you have 1.5, 0.5, 0.5, 1.5. So then their sum is your standard deviation. So 1.5 plus 0.5 is 2. 2 plus 2.5 plus 0.5, that's 2.5. 2.5 plus 1.5, that is 4. So your standard deviation is 4. Sorry, the sum is 4. Then your standard deviation, it is the summation of this divided by n. So that's now be 4 over 4, which is equal to 1. So then your answer should be 1. Your answer should be 1. I hope you understand that. Okay, the next question, please. So I think I should just copy that here, question 11. So this question is on simple interest. 11. Okay, question 11. Let me copy it here. So the question says, at what rate will a sum of 100 naira deposited for 5 years raise an interest of what? 7.5. Don't forget the formula we use to calculate the simple interest. Your simple interest is what? PRT divided by 100, where P is the principal, that is the money invested. Your R is the rate in percentage and T is the year. So if I were you, I will first of all write the value of each parameter. This 100 is your P, that is the principal, 100 naira. Your T is 5, and your SI, that is the interest, that is 7.5 naira. Then we are asked to find the rate. Our R is unknown. So why not substitute directly? Then I am going to have 7.5 is equal to 100 times R, because I don't know it, times 5 divided by 100. And this guy will cancel this guy. So then I have 7.5 is equal to 5R. Then your R will now be 7.5 divided by 5. What is 7.5 divided by 5? This is 1.5. So, and that's going to give me 1.5 percentage, because your R should be in what? In percentage. So your R should be percentage. Okay, we are moving. Question 12. Question 12. Question 12. Let me just bring it here. Question is also on fraction. Okay, we have that 3. Question 12. So 3 children shared a basket of mango in such a way that the first took 1/4 of the mangoes. You understand? Now, let's say we don't know the mango. Let's say, the fraction of a whole is just like a fraction now. The fraction of a whole is 1, right? If the first took 1/4 of the mango, So 1/4 of the mango, that is 1/4. And the second 3/4 of the remainder, the remainder will be that when the first guy has taken his own mango, the whole is 1, right? Minus its own fraction. If you find the LCM, I think this is going to be 3/4. So this is the remainder. The remainder is 3/4. And the second guy will now take what? The second 3/4 of the remainder. That is 3/4 times remainder. And what is our remainder here? It is also 3/4. That is 3/4 times 3/4. That is 9/16. I hope you understand now. So the question asks us to find what fractions of the mangoes did the third child take. This is the first share. This is the second share. How do you know the third share? And we know the fraction of the whole is 1. Then the third will now be what? So 3 of us went to a ceremony. We were given 20 rams of amala. You've taken 5. The other guy also took 3. So what is my share? Add what you've taken and subtract from the total amala we were given. So it means I'm going to have 1 minus the first, then plus the second. I hope you understand. So then I'm going to have 1 minus. So my LCM now will be 16. 4 plus 9. So 4 plus 9. So, and this will now be 1 minus 13, right? 13/16. And this will give me what? If you find the LCM, this is 16. 16 minus 13. That is 3/16. So, yeah. So, the fraction of the third one is 3/16. That's, can you see it is very cheap and not difficult to do at all? Okay, let's simplify this one. This also on standard form. You don't need to stress yourself because I stylishly explained it in the last video, in the last two questions I solved. So number 14, the question asks us to find, number 13. The question asks us to simplify and express in standard form. Number 1, I have 0.00275 times 0.00640 divided by 0.025 times 0.08. If I were you, I don't need to stress myself. So this guy will be what? 2.75, convert it to standard form. 2.75 times 10 raised power minus 3, right? Times 6.4 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 3 again in standard form. This in standard form is 2.5 times. How do I take it there? 10. Just count the number of 0. That's minus 2. If you've forgotten, refer to my refer to my video on standard form. And this is going to be 8 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 2. I hope you understand. And so you can collect the like times. If I collect the like times, then I'm going to have 2.75 times 6.4 times 10 raised power minus 3 times 10 raised power minus 3 divided by 2.5 times 8 times 10 raised power minus 2 times 10 raised power minus 2. Okay, now, so you have 2.75 multiplied by 6.4. That will give me 17.6 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 6, right? If you apply lots of indices, this will be what? Minus 3 plus minus 3. That's minus 3 minus 3. So then 2.5 times 8. So 2.5 times 8 is 20 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 2 minus 2. That is minus 4. So then 17.6 divided by 20. If you check it very well and divide very well, then I'm going to have what? I'm going to have 0.88. If you don't know how to do it, you can change this to fraction. That is 176 divided by 10. And which is same thing as 176 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 1. Then you marry this together. So, okay, maybe we should even do that so that I don't want you to use calculator. Let us do it that way. Okay, this will be 176 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 1, like I've solved it that way. Then 20 times 10 raised power minus 4. So, 176 divided by 20, what is going to give you? That should be 8.8. Then multiply by, you can collate the index, that's 10 raised by minus 1, times will change plus minus 6, minus into minus 4. Then you have 8.8 times 10 raised by minus 1 minus 6 plus 4. Minus 1 minus 6 is minus 7, minus 7 plus 4 is minus 3. Then you have 8.8 times 10 raised by minus 3. So 8.8 times 10 raised by minus 3. So yeah, that's the result. It's not difficult to do. It is not difficult to do. The next question, question 14. Question 14, I think the question is on sort. The question is on sort. Okay. I have that if so the question says asks us to simplify root 27 plus 3 root 3. I have root 27 root 27. Sorry, my pen is misbehaving. Root 27 plus 3 root 3. Aha. So what is root 27? You can change this to what? A basic form. Just think, this is what? You can say this is a rational number, it's still a rational number because you can have a perfect square from this number. So think of a perfect square that you are going to, multiply by another number to give you 27. You can write this as what? Root 9 times 3. I hope you understand now. So plus 3 divided by root 3. And this one will give me what? Root 9 times root 3. It is the same from laws of sort. If you forgot, refer to my question on sort. I hope you understand now. So, and this will now give me 3 root 3 plus 3 root 3 divided by root 3. So then you can now find your LCM. Your LCM will be root 3. 1 in root 3 is root 3. That will be root 3 times 3 root 3. That is 9. You know it is 9. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Root A times root A is A, right? So root 3 times root 3 is what? 3. 3 times 3, 9. Then plus root 3 in root 3, 1. 1 times 1, 3. So 9 plus 3, that is 12 over 3. Then you can rationalize the denominator. If you rationalize it, change it to a rational number. To change it, just divide by root 3. Multiply by root 3 and root 3. So you will see that I'm going to have 12 root 3 and root 3 times root 3. That is 3. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 4. And your result is what? 4 root 3. So 4 root 3, option A. 4 root 3. Can you see it is not difficult to do? Okay, the next question. The next question is also on ratio. Yeah, I think we are lucky this year. We just have very simple question. Okay, I don't need to stress myself here as well because it looks like the one we've just done. We've done in the previous two questions. So look at this question. You have three brothers in a business deal and they share the profit at the end of a contract. The first received 1 over 3 of the profit. So let me use another dimension here. If the profit is what? If the profit is equal to x, or let the profit is equal to x. So then the first receive 1 over 3 what? Of x. It means the first received 1 over 3 of x. I hope you understand now. And the second, eh? The second 2 over 3 of the remainder. What will be the remainder now? First of all, find the remainder. The remainder will be what? X minus 1 over 3x. And what is x minus 1 over 3x? That's 2 over 3x. So it means we want to know the amount second received. They said the second received 2/3 of the remainder, and the remainder is what? 2/3x. I hope you understand now. So this will give me 4/9x. Okay, let's continue. So the question now says if the third received the remaining 12,000. You understand now? That is, okay, what will be the third shares? Third received. With the example I gave, three of us went to a ceremony. Somebody has taken this, somebody has taken this out of this. You understand now? If you want to know the third shares, that will be x minus, then you add the two shares together. That is 4/9x plus 2/3x. I hope you understand now. And we were given the amount the third one received to be 12,000. That is 12,000 is equal to S minus. So you can collect the like times. Your LCM is what? 9, right? 1 in 9, that is 4x plus 6x. I hope you understand now. So this 12,000 is equal to x minus 10x over 9. So then you find the LCM as well. Then you have that 12,000 is equal to, I hope I didn't make any mistake. Let me check. Yeah, I didn't make a mistake. So then you have 9 here. 1 in 9, that is 9x minus 10x. 9x minus 10x. So 9x minus 10x. Then you have 12,000 is equal to, what is 9 minus x? That is minus x over 9. Then minus x will now be what? Yeah, I think we made a mistake because we shouldn't have something of this nature. Let me check it. 4/9. 4/9. Oh, I made a mistake. The first one received 1/3s, not 2/3s. This should be 1/3. 1/3, and this should be 3x. This should be 7x. Yeah. So this will be 7x. Sorry. And this will be 2x. Then you have 2x is equal to, what is 12 times 9? 12 times 9, that is 108,000. Then your heads will now be 108,000 divided by 2. And s will be 54,000. S will now be 54,000. Do we have it in the answer? Yeah, B. So B. Okay, that is 15. Okay, let us proceed to the next question. That is question 16. So question 16. The question 16 says, suppose you have these 2 points, point P 16. If I have these 2 point P and Q like this, so at the two ends of the diameter of a given circle, calculate the radius. So you have to calculate the radius. So this is not difficult to do. You know the distance between what? Between 2 points is given by this formula. That is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. I hope you understand now. So, and we were given these 2 points now. It means if I want to know the distance of the 2 points first, between the 2 points, I have to know it, that is the length of that 2 points. It means you have a circle like this, and you have P here, you have Q here. So we must know what our diameter D is. From diameter, we can find the value of radius. So from there, I think you can just find your D, that is square root of S squared minus S2 minus S1, that is 1 minus 6, that is 1 plus 6 squared, then plus y2 minus y1, that is 6 minus 6. No, I made a mistake, sorry. That is S2 minus x1, that is 6 minus minus 6, this x2, x1, y1, x2, y2. So that is 6 minus minus is, that is 6 plus 6 squared, then plus y2, that is 6 minus 1. Okay, and this is our d. If you proceed, then your diameter will be square root of what? 12 squared plus 5 squared. So then my d will now be square root of 144 plus 25, and d is equal to square root of, I think, 169 is equal to 13 centimeter. So, and if your diameter is equal to 13 centimeter, recall that your radius is half of diameter. That will give me 6.5 centimeter. Let's see, is it part of the result? So, oh, but they don't give us a centimeter. We were not given the unit, so that will be 6.5. That will be 6.5. 6.5. Okay, let's proceed. Question 17. That is not difficult to do as well. So you have that the angle of a sector of a circle whose radius is 10.5 centimeter is 48 degree. Let me bring the question here so that you see it clearly. So the angle of a sector of a radius is 10.5 centimeter. The radius is 10.5 centimeter. We can see that when you have a sector, what is a sector? That is, a sector is the region bounded by two radii. I hope you understand now. So if you have your circle like this is your radius, this is another radius r, and this is an angle. So this region is what? So is a sector. The area bounded by two two radii and an arc. So because this is my arc, so now my r is 10.5 centimeter, and we're given the theta to be 48 degrees. So the question asks us to find the perimeter of a sector. You know, the perimeter of the sector will be the sum of this guy and the two radius, and that's why we have the perimeter of a sector to be 2r plus length of an arc. And don't forget, what is the formula for length of an arc? Anybody? So the length of an arc is what? Theta divided by 360 degree. Length of an arc is theta divided by 360 degree multiplied by 2 pi r. Are you following? And my theta here will be 48 divided by 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r, which is 10.5. I hope you understand. So that's my length of arc. Okay. And this now be give me what? So I have 48 divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi multiplied by, I can have 105 divided by 10. The same thing. 2 here 1, 2 here 5, 5 here 1, 5 here 21. So let's see what can go again. I think 12 can go. So 12 can go. 12 here is 4. 12 here is 30. Yeah. Yeah. Then I have 21 times 4. That is 84 pi over 30. We can leave our answer here since we don't know what we are going to have left. So, and The perimeter will now be 2r plus length of an arc, which is 84 pi divided by 30. Let me see where our answer is in decimal, so it means we have to use decimal. Then my p will now be 2 multiplied by 10.5, right? Then plus 84 times 3.14, since we have our answer in decimal, divided by 30. So this guy will give me 21. 10.5 times 2 is 21. Excuse me. So then 84 times 3.14 divided by 30, that is 8.792. So if you add it together, you are going to have 29.792. So let's see what they have. Yeah, I think this is more closer, option D. Because if you rewrite this in 2 decimal places, then my perimeter will now be 29.9 centimeter. So just know that, the value, the area under the what? The length of an arc, you know the formula, and what you are going to do after it is what? Is to find the perimeter, which is 2r plus what? So plus the length. So plus the length. Yeah, the next question, the next question. So I have that we have to find the length of side of rhombus. Don't forget this is your rhombus, right? And you have something of this nature. You have two perpendicular sides. So this is P and this is Q. So the length of the rhombus whose diagonal is 6 centimeter, that is your P is 6 diagonal now, is 6 centimeter and Q is 8 centimeter. So if that should be the case, it means my P will be what? 6 divided by 2, which is 3. This will be 3. And your Q, that will be 8 divided by 2, which is 4. I hope you understand now. So, and we have to find the length. This is my length. You can call it L. You will see that it has formed a what? A Pythagoras theory problem, because this is my length. Then I have 3, I have 4. And don't forget, this has formed your Pythagorean triple. When you have 3, 4, what is the third side? I think that is 5, even without finding it. But if you want to find it, don't forget the square of hypotenuse is equal to what? The sum of the square of other two sides. That is s square 9 plus 16, which is 25. L square is equal to 25. L will now be square root of 25, which is equal to 5 centimeter. So which is equal to h 5 centimeter. Okay, the next question, question 19. That is not difficult to do as well. You have to find each of the interior, if the each interior angle of a regular polygon, each interior angle of a regular polygon is what? Is 140. So then the question asks us to find how many sides has the polygon. Don't forget the formula for each interior angle is what? That's n minus 2 times 180 divided by what? Divided by n. And we're given each interior angle to be 140. Just substitute it for 140 degree now and find the value of n. And you have n minus 2, 180 divided by n. Let me change my marker. If you cross multiply, then I have 140 n is equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180, right? So then I have 140 n is equal to what? 180 n minus 360. So collecting the like times, bring this guy here and bring this guy here. Then I have that 360 is equal to 180n minus 140n. So 360 is equal to 40n. Then if you divide both sides by n, then I have my by 40 with 360 over 40, which is equal to 9. And n is equal to 9. And what is the name given to a 9-side polygon? That is nonagon. Nonagon. Don't forget, when you have 3, that is triangle, 4 quadrilateral, 5, that is pentagon. What of 6? Hexagon, 7 heptagon, 8 octagon, 9 nonagon, and 10 is decagon. So 11 in some textbook, when you have something that is more than 10, just say 11-sided polygon. That is that. Let me see if I get the results. So 9 is what? 9 is the answer. 9 is the answer. Okay, let me solve question 20. Let me solve question 20. Question 20. Okay. Question 20 is on cylinder. So a cylinder pipe made of metal is 3 centimeter thick. This is your cylinder. Sorry. So made of metal is 3 centimeter thick. And if the internal radius, let's say this is the internal radius, that is 10 centimeter. Sorry if you don't see 10, I want to write 10 centimeter. Then you find the volume of the metal using making 3 meter of the pipe. So the volume of the metal using making 3 meter of the pipe. That is not difficult to do. So, you have your metal is made up of what? 3 centimeter, the internal one. So, and the internal is 10 centimeter. You can just find the volume of this guy. So, find the volume of this guy. Recall volume of a cylinder is by r square h. Maybe the internal one, the external, VE, that is pi multiplied by 3 squared h. So, what is my h? Okay, the volume find the volume of metal. Use the making 3 meter of pipe. That is 3 meter. Your h is 3 meter. I hope you understand. If h is 3 meters, since we have order in centimeter, let us convert this to centimeter. That's 3 times hundreds. That will give me 300 centimeter. So then my h will be what? 300 centimeter. Then my v will now be what? 9, right? Times 3. That's 2700 pi. So, okay, let us find that of internal too. Fi, that is also pi r. What is my radius there? That is 10 times 10 squared multiplied by 300 centimeter. I hope you understand. And my v will now be pi multiplied by 100 times this 300 centimeter, because that will be centimeter cube. Don't forget centimeter cube. Centimeter cube. Then your v is what? 30,000, is it? Centimeter cube. So, and what does the question ask us to find? We have to find the volume of metal used in making pi. So, then the volume of the metal, so will now be V external minus internal. You subtract the two guys from each other. You subtract the two guys from each other. And if you subtract it, then you have VI minus VE That will give me what? 30,000 minus 20,000 pi minus, my marker is misbehaving, 2,700 pi. So if you subtract this guy from each other, what are you going to get? I think I made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, I made a mistake. Sorry. So the volume of the external, I think this should be 13. So it is 13. So it is 13. Because when you add 10 plus 3 together, you know from the question, the metal is 3 centimeter thick. And the radius of the pipe itself, this is the cylinder made of metal which is 3 centimeter cube. So the internal radius is 10 centimeter. So then you have 13 like that. And if you do this very well, what is 13 times 3? 13 square will give me 169. Yeah. So don't let me stress ourselves, because we can just do this way without even calculating it. Then we can have the volume of the metal now. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say. If you reduce this guy together, this one now, without simplifying it further, this is what I did. Just subtract the two guy from each other. Let us subtract. So you now have that the volume of the metal is the external minus internal, and I have the external to be 13 squared pi 13 squared multiplied by what? Multiplied by 300, then minus pi 10 squared multiplied by 300. You can see that pi is common, 300 is also common. Take it out. What do you have left here? 13 squared minus 10 squared. So that is 300 pi into what? 169 minus 100. That is 300 pi into 69. And if you multiply this guy together, 69 times 3, 7, remainder 2, that is 207. And I have 207.00 pi 7 centimeter cube. So, which means that my answer is here, D. So, if you understand this question, what I've been talking about, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. In the next video, I'm going to continue from question 21, and I've made several videos in different aspects of mathematics. You might want to check my playlist as well. Till I meet you in the next video, thank you very much.